What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In this week's video, I'm going to be covering the drop of Season 1 and all of its goodies, mainly my favorite weapons and what I think of Rebirth Island. As all of you probably know, it's been a rocky start to the season, but nonetheless, the good outweighs the bad. So let's jump straight into it. The first thing I'd like to address is that Juggernauts are gone, and they are gone hopefully for good. No more teams of 4 rolling up on you with seemingly infinite health and infinite ammo. This is an absolute win for Warzone players because it means that some sort of balance is actually coming back into the game. If you played on launch night, you most likely experienced the most nefarious bug known to mankind, which is the invisible player glitch. Apparently, if you crashed the new chopper gunner and switched into the driver's seat as it crashed, you would be invisible for the entire game upon revival. I don't think there is anything more frustrating than being shot with a doof by an invisible Jimmy. It's almost if every season a Jimmy evolves into a next level Timmy with some sort of glitch or OP weapon or strat. Thankfully, Activision heard our cries for help and they simply removed the chopper gunner from the game until they fix the bug. I definitely consider this a W because it shows that when there's an issue that they can easily prevent from happening, they take action, and they take action quickly. Moving on, I'd like to discuss the Rebirth Island mode called Resurgence Trios. This mode is absolute chaos and it's a ton of fun. It is a trios only mode that has you dropping in with a total of 45 players and everyone starts off with one free self-res. The twist on Rebirth Island is that there is no gulag. If you die, you simply have to have at least one member of your squad stay alive long enough for you to respawn and jump back into the game. Also, it all takes place on the Alcatraz Island from Blackout. So if you're a Blackout veteran, this should all look very familiar to you. The action on this map is absolutely non-stop and it's a ton of fun, and you get thrown back in over and over regardless of your playstyle. So it's definitely a great way to level up your Cold War weapons, and it's a breath of fresh air and gets me pumped to grind out those prestiges. Speaking of Cold War weapons, there's completely new ground loot in the game starring the one and only weapons from Cold War. The guns you'll primarily find on the ground are Cold War guns, but they did keep some guns from Modern Warfare in the mix to keep things balanced. Additionally, all the guns from Cold War are now able to be used in the Create class system, so there's much more variety for you to pick from now to change up the meta. I haven't had an opportunity to level up every gun and try it out in Warzone, but there are quite a few guns I'd recommend trying out based on what I've experienced so far. The first two I'd recommend are the MAC-10, or as I'd like to call it, the SMAC-10, and the AK-74U. Both of these SMGs have a high rate of fire along with a high amount of damage, and they absolutely shred. I'd obviously recommend the SMAC-10 over the AK-74, but until you unlock it, give the AK a try, and I bet you'll be pleasantly surprised. The AK-74 is incredibly accurate, and it's a hip-fire machine with the right attachments. However, the SMAC-10 has a much higher rate of fire and is extremely accurate, even over long distances. The best assault rifles I'd recommend so far are the Krig, the FFAR, the QBZ, and the Groza. The damage that both the Krig and the FFAR do with the right attachments is totally insane, but the recoil is a little higher than the Grau or the Kilo, so be aware that you may need to toy around with these attachments and try some different variants. Additionally, the QBZ is just an absolute laser beam. You'll be shredding enemies with these guns in no time at all once you level them up. The M16 is another incredible addition to Warzone that is definitely worth leveling up to shred through your enemies. It's best at mid and close range, with it being slightly more difficult to use at a longer range because of its recoil. But another gun that I was talking about earlier and tried briefly was the Groza. You don't unlock this gun until later in the battle pass, but man, is it an absolute beam. I'm sure that once it's totally leveled up, that it will be one of the higher tier weapons in Warzone, whether that's a close range weapon or long range, I'm not sure yet. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the snipers from Cold War due to the bullet velocity and the ADS speed, so I think I'm going to be sticking with the Kar 98 and SPR for now for all of my long range engagements. I know how much Timmys and Jimmys love their shotguns, and this season has brought in some of the strongest shotguns that we have seen so far. Thankfully, the R9 got a minor nerf due to the new shotguns being stupid broken. The Spaz 12, or the Gallo as it's called, is an absolute monster for spamming multiple shots into an enemy, and the Hauer is a one-shot machine. There's not much to say other than these are going to be guns that make me pretty mad pretty consistently. Jimmy's and Timmy's got a slight win with this update, but hey, it is what it is. Hopefully we'll see some nerfs coming. Moving on to the next topic. If you thought that Verdansk was going to escape unchanged, then you were poorly mistaken. They have completely revamped the Gulag in a way that makes all those camping losers cry their eyes out at night, and it's a paradise for players who have mastered the movement system and who love to make big plays, especially with pump faking. They gave much less cover between lanes and allowed for a much more focused playstyle down each direct lane. Less cover within each individual lane, but extensively more coverage between each lane adds for a much more focused gameplay and a much more precise playstyle. I personally think that it was a huge win for better players who prefer to play more aggressively and really commit to a push. There was also an interesting change they made to the airport area. There is now a large hole in the middle of one of the runways that leads directly to a secret bunker with a ton of loot and a ton of secrets. It's possible that it is the start to a new Easter egg, so definitely be on the hunt to see if you can find any clues there and discover any steps. Items like the Nova gas containers and even secret rooms have been discovered in there, keeping it Cold War themed. There even seems to be some hint towards a nuke that could maybe end Verdansk. Who knows? Maybe that's how the season ends and we get a new map in March. I'm not sure, but that would be pretty crazy for an ending this season. Who knows? But the speculation is always very exciting and keeps us on our toes. Overall, I'd say this season has brought about some really refreshing changes. There's not much else to say other than it's refreshing to have new guns and another map to play on. Hopefully the new guns will continue to be competitive enough to use while others continue to main the Modern Warfare weapons and potentially change up the permanent meta. The launch day issues of the invisible glitch being abused in almost every game was definitely frustrating, but overall I'd say that the season is a complete win for Warzone players. Next week I'm going to upload another hacker video, and the week after that I should have all of my weapons that I was talking about previously leveled up enough to do some Cold War Warzone loadouts. So shoot me some comments below, and I'd love to see what you want to see. Take your feedback. Maybe there's some type of content that you'd like to see me do, or something that you would prefer to watch. Just let me know. If you want to keep up with me on social media, follow my Twitter. To catch me live, follow my Twitch, and to join up with other players, feel free to join the Discord. All the links are in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button. I'll see y'all in the next video. Enjoy the rest of this epic gameplay. Thanks y'all. Peace. Who just threw down plates below me? Who just threw down? Oh, that's you.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Oh my god!
Go.
Got him.
Careful.
Okay, you got this.
That was insane. Oh, he's just in. You little bitch.
There's two west.
Okay.
Yeah, on it.
And they landed on a roof that we were just on top of. Down one.
Taking fire over here.
I think I took my kill. There's a guy on my roof with me.
Oh, guy behind us. Shit. Crack him.
What is he doing down there, dude?
I'm taking fire.
Holy crap, where from?
You're good.
That roof? West roof. Oh, fucking god!
Sustaining hits. Enemy UAV overhead.
Oh, you're a camping pussy, dude.
He said I'm a camper, dude. That's hilarious.
Keep flying in from right there.
Enemy marked.
Down one.
Christina, contact. Contact.
Down two.
Okay, I got one on me. You got one on me.
Enemy marked.
He said they're just camping. Same guy. Bro, is everybody a camper? Holy frick.
Fucking window.
Oh shit, what was that?
That was me. Wonder why that guy was flying right on top of me.
He's gonna be 8 fucking.
Got him.
There's a guy down there with you.
Gas
Oh,
is
dude
moving
right in front of me?
Use safe zone located.
Mark the target.
Holy frick, we're in a good spot.
Only 10 remain.
Oh,
Nearly
a guy
done.
back out.
Oh, rip.
What the hell kind of teammates do we keep having?
We got
Another
two
team
dudes
passed
over
through
there.
here. Not much left.
Target right here.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Yeah, we're in the perfect circle.
Can you get on the roof with us? Down him?
Okay. He's got one more buddy. He bought his other dude too. There you go. Need the car? I know, right, dude?
Bro.
There you
Hell
do.
yeah. 125 meters? I don't know if they must be underneath us.
Down one. Oh man, I downed him. Alright, I cracked him. Just come res.
You're fine.
There's a spot behind us.
Yeah, they did. Right above us? How'd that guy not die?
I don't know. This guy's right by
he's
someone
dead.
else though.
Yeah, he's down at the
Man,
shed.
I got 30 bullets. Oh, precision. On his head.
We're safe here.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe zone.
Got a dude over
Going
here.
here. Thermite out.
Great, bro. There's so many people right underneath us.
Gas is
Let's push up
closing
the
in.
stairs.
We should move. There's a long hike
They
ahead.
go up the stairs now.
Damn, I'm gonna need the ammo.
Oh, I cracked him.
Less than 5 targets remain. Let's get it done.
We gotta remove. There's two dudes below me.
Oh my god!
Cover me.
Got gas
He's above us.
inbound. Safe zone relocated.
Let's go.
Let's
Alright,
go, baby.
GG's.
Let's
GG's.
go. But that guy feels dumb for backing out now.
Yeah, I know, right? GG, boys. Oh
Shoot.
my god.